Hi everybody, it is Remy with Dream Living Homestead. Couple of things, and what made me think about this was my coworker had actually reached out to me. I talk about this a lot, about what I'm doing in my gardens, and they've seen a couple of my videos, but he asked me if I had a couple of seeds that I could spare. He showed me a picture of his balcony. Unfortunately, it is kind of like mine, and I'll show you kind of a span of what mine looks like, but he doesn't get a lot of sun, probably a lot less than me, because his balcony is actually completely enclosed, whereas I have some railing here where a little bit more sun can come through and some of my plants can actually reach out for the sun. Besides that, I think I also mentioned in the last video, I ripped out the nasturtiums, the strawberry plants. I ripped those out. I actually ripped out the kale. I'm going to restart a whole new kale, and I'm going to put it in my my salad bar here. And I've already cleaned that up and put some new soil and everything in it to get that ready to go. I'm also, before I add those in, I'll probably add some fertilizer to it. And I've got this bag of fertilizer. If I can find it, I should have had it ready for you guys, but I didn't. Ah, here it is. So I went and found this at a nursery. This little bag. It's organic tomato and vegetable food, and it's got. I don't even know what it has in here. I didn't even see. It says it's got nitrogen, phosphate, calcium, sulfur, and all that stuff. So I usually add this into my stuff every couple of weeks, depending on, actually probably every couple of weeks, and to try and feed it, especially as these plants are growing. What I have learned is I don't get a lot of sun in this area. I do face north, and I do have another balcony above me that actually blocks out some of that sun when it reaches its height above us, but it has been pretty warm. So I did a little bit of research and found a few items or some stuff that actually grow well in partial shade or a little bit more than partial shade. So either 2 to 4 hours, or excuse me, 4 to 6 hours, or 2 to 4 hours. The things that I have found that work well in the 4 to 6 hours, and I wrote a list here, excuse me, is beets, broccoli, cabbage, carrots, cauliflower, celery, garlic, green onions, horseradish, leeks, parsnip, peas, potatoes, radishes, rutabaga, turnip, and watercress. Those are good if you only get about 4 to 6 hours on your balcony. And then for plants that only really require or can live off of 2 to 4 hours are Brussels sprouts, kale, arugula, lettuce, mustard greens, spinach, and Swiss chard. This is just a small amount. Also, as far as herbs goes, there's a lot of herbs that can withstand having not full sun. For me, I have decided that I'm going to go ahead and keep my broccoli. I do have turnips already planted, and I also have radishes, or one thing of radish planted. But in my salad bar, I'm going to add some more kale. I'm going to replant some more spinach. I'm also going to replant, I just got some seeds for microgreens. I got sunflower microgreens, and also Asian, like an Asian blend microgreens. Actually, let me go see if I can track down my seeds. Okay, so I got my seeds, and I will tell you, I did get some seeds the other day from Botanical Interests, and it's a cute little box, isn't it? And it comes with this Happy Growing, which is kind of cool. But quickly, I'm going to show you the span of the garden real quick and show you what I'm talking about as far as how I don't get like a full amount of sun. Now, I'm sure you've seen this a few times, but I have this massive tree that's over here, and I also have this palm tree that's up here. But look, I do have someone above me, which is kind of a bummer. And so when I have this salad bar against here, it doesn't receive as much sun as I would like to see. I did put this mirror here to try and see if it would reflect some of the sun coming through and give this a little bit of sun here from the reflection, but it's not. But check this out, I'm excited because finally I get to have a habanero, but one of them is finally turning colors. I haven't seen any of the other ones turn colors. These are still green, but I'm excited about that. Have me some salsa here soon, and then as you can see, my broccoli is actually doing really well. So my coworker didn't want to start off with a lot. So he only asked for 2 seeds. He asked for radishes, or 2 types of seeds, radishes and kale. I did give him some of the red Russian kale that I have. But what I have decided to put in this little salad bar back here, which you guys just saw, is I'm gonna throw in some rosemary, some of these baby greens. It is apple blossom Swiss chard blend. This sunflower microgreens, which I love these because these are great little fillers for salads, and I hear they grow really fast. It says that you can sow them indoors, recommended to sow indoors any time of the year, and then it says for continual crops, so every 7 to 14 days. So I'm going to try that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try succession planting. I have not done that before, but what that means is basically I'm going to plant some, and then in another 2 weeks I'll plant some more. Let's see how that works out for me. I'm going to do the same thing with this. And see if that works out, because I do like to have something easy and simple that I can just grab and throw together in my lunches, because I don't like buying lunches. Also, this umami Asian blend, same thing. I'm going to try and do succession sowing with that. I'm also going to put these green beans in here. I'll probably do a full row. And actually, maybe I'll probably do 3 in a row, and then start with another section and grow another 3 and see how that works out for me, because I did plant a green bean here, and while it grew and gave me some, it just didn't give me enough green beans. So I'm hoping to see if that works out for me. Last, I'm also going to plant these alfalfa sprouts, which I love. Oh, look, my little hummingbird buddy. He likes to hang around here, but then he looks at me like I'm crazy and I shouldn't be in this spot. Anyways, alfalfa sprouts. I love these in my sandwiches, and it just adds like a crunch to it. They say also cabbage and other lettuce greens, which I do have. I may try this also. This is what they call a strawberry lettuce, because if you can see the splash, isn't that pretty? I'm going to do that. Put some more basil, because I like pesto and I like basil in a lot of stuff. Last but not least, I'm also going to try, some leeks and watercress. And then also this was given to me as an extra item, it looks like, because I didn't order it. Lettuce mesclun. I don't know what that is, but this came in also with that. The kind of cool thing is it gives you a little seed starting guide. So I'm going to keep this as a little thing. I will tell you, I am getting a lot of seeds. I'm probably going to have to plan on making myself like a little box or something and seeing if I can build something smaller, different. I also want to try these mustard, Japanese giant red mustard is what they're called. Oh, hello. Sorry guys, he's kind of cool. He's just flying in here looking at me. See him? He was making a little noise. I think he's starting to kind of get used to me out here, which is kind of cool. But it looks like he is trying to get some of the mixture that I gave him. It looks like a little baby. Anyways, but that's pretty much it. It wasn't going to be a long one. It's been kind of a hectic week, but I wanted to see if this would work out for me as far as growing, because honestly, with as much stuff as I have had here, I haven't had a lot of harvesting. I did also hand pollinate my squash. I posted a picture a couple of days ago wondering what the heck was going on. A lot of people had mentioned probably having a pollinating issue. So I have gone and hand pollinated a couple of them to see if that works. So I'm going to give it a few more days, because usually it'll be good for a week. The squash looks good for a week, and then towards the end of that week it will start to actually brown, at the end and then kind of shrivel up. It looks gross, but so I've had to throw a bunch of them away. I also did the same thing with my cucumbers. Check it out. Getting a bunch of these, and they get to be a little bit bigger, like that one back there, but then I get nothing. So I actually went and tried to do the same thing with some of these. So I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed. But anyways, those are the items that they say are great for areas that you don't have a lot of shade, or a lot of sun, excuse me, not shade, opposite, sun. So I probably would say, if I guessed well, I would be on the 4 to 6 hour side. So that's why I took all my tomato plants and brought them to work. They get like a full on 8 hours, probably a little bit more of sun a day. Same thing, I also took the watermelon plant and my squash plants over there too. But that's pretty much it. I will also post a picture of his balcony so you guys see where he only probably, honestly, I don't know. I asked him. He said he'd send me a few more shots, but he says he doesn't get a whole lot of sun at all. So hopefully I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and see if that works out well for him, or at least those 2 items, and maybe give him some more if he can. Anyways, that's it for today, guys. I'm sorry it's so short. I promise I'll do something different this weekend, but again, it's been a hectic week. But I appreciate you guys being here and watching this video. If you do like it, please hit the subscribe button below and the bell for all notifications. Also, there's another suggestion for a video up above that. Otherwise, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.